Hi guys, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means for us here at the Meditative Minute. It is time for a Wellness Wednesday video. Up till now, we have been playing crystal bowls, but since we've navigated our way through the crystal bowls and through all of the crystal bowls in one setting, we're going to change it up a little bit. We here at the Meditative Minute often talk about the fact that we can be in a meditative state every minute of every day. That's what we are giving tools for. That is our goal. And we may not always reach that goal, and we understand that. But we're going to keep power packing that toolbox so that we can strive to reach that goal. Right?
Absolutely. Definitely.
And so over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to continue to build upon that with some more cool tools and tips. And we're going to start that with sensory meditation. Throughout the crystal bowls, we kept giving breath work techniques and little things that we could do that way to continue to stay connected to our body. But we're not always focusing on our breath. So what's another cool tip we can do? And we have these 5 amazing senses that are always with us. So we can begin to leverage those to stay connected to the now moment and begin to navigate through any heightened emotional states or things that may come at us. So how can we begin to leverage those? How can we use our senses to pull us into a calm state of being, an awareness state, a conscious state of being in the now moment?
Absolutely. And this is a great tool. Many of us are, maybe during the day, are at an office, so it's kind of difficult. There's, obviously you're engaging the senses all the time, but there are a lot of people who have outdoor jobs or even within, just to kind of challenge yourself outside of your normal. You're so used to maybe even going to the same office every day, and this is that opportunity for you to bring your awareness to something that you never even realized was there. And you'd be as shocked about, as we go through and we share these different senses, how amazing you're going to start to realize the space that you normally go into will be different than when you previously walked into it for the last X amount of times that you've been there. And for those outdoors and doing their thing, whether it's hiking during the day or anytime, you can take this anywhere, and that's what's so great. So even if you have to take public transportation on the subway or a bus or anything like that, it's a great way to just zone out and look at things a little bit differently from a new perspective today.
Right. And if you're like us, you work from home or you work from various different locations, you do your daily tasks and activities all over the place, then often your scene isn't the same anyway, or if it is the same, it's within the location of your own space. Believe it or not, you may even begin to see your own space a little bit differently. So the first sense we're going to start with today is sound.
What?
Huh? We get bombarded with sounds all of the time. And oftentimes we're not taking the time to really understand what that noise pollution coming in through our ears is. So one of the techniques we can use is sound meditation. Crystal bowls is one way to deaden out all of the other sounds and focus on one specifically. But we can do this every single day and every minute. So what I'm going to ask us to do in this moment is to take just a second. I'm going to be quiet, and I want you to begin to notice all of the sounds around you. Hear anything and everything in your space. And then slowly begin to take notice of any 1 or 2 sounds that stand out. from those sounds, begin to understand how, if you've narrowed it down to two, how one of those two sounds make you feel. If you did narrow it down to one, find that sound and feel how it flows into the body. How does it invoke different sensations in the body? If it's a high-pitched noise, is it making the body tense and tight? If it's a calm, mellow noise, is it finding you peace and relaxation? Understand how the sound affects the body. And gently release listening to that sound and begin to hear all sounds once again. Take time to hear everything around you. And then slowly begin to bring your awareness back to all things and all senses. So when we take time to really focus on one sense, narrowing that one sense down to a single input, and how that single input is actually affecting our physical body, then we can begin to understand how our external environment is impacting our internal environment. If there are sounds that are making us tense and tight and they're blending in with everything else around us, then we often aren't going to take time to notice that unless we isolate it. And then there's a high probability that we may be able to get rid of that sound or find a way to at least limit it and its impact on our body so that we can reduce that stress in our lives or in our day. But first it takes the conscious awareness in that minute to isolate down to the point where we notice that it's there in the first place.
Absolutely. And there are some really great tools you can check out on our website and the blogs. Different types of sounds. Some call them binaural beats, delta waves, alpha waves, theta waves, gamma waves. All these different types of waves that we can listen to when we desire to. Maybe it's a super productive day. Throwing some music with gamma waves on it can really get you going. And maybe you're just really struggling with sleeping. Listening to the delta waves and really focusing on those, and trust me, you will be out. So there's so many different types of tools and techniques, and as we continue through this series, you'll get to grab a few and feel free to ask us any questions, especially in regards today to any sounds, any things that you hear or that you've that assisted you. We'd be happy to help, or anything that you need help with. We're here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.